What are characteristics or behaviors that you think are absolutely critical for leadership to foster within an organization to be successful?
Leaders will make it or break it. This is leaders at all levels. This is not somebody else as a leader. We can't do it because of them. It is you as a leader. Doesn't matter if you've just joined as an apprentice, if you've joined as a graduate. Everyone has the ability to be a leader. And there are people in leadership positions who are not leaders. They're managers or dictators. So leadership behavior will make it or break it. And in my opinion, it is that black and white. It's that binary. The typical anti-patterns that I see is, number one, not role modeling the desired behavior. So, for example, sitting around the virtual table or the physical table, arms crossed, saying to the team, "Go on, transform. Tell me when you're done." Almost like, "I dare you, transform." Which leads me to number two. Number two is a culture of fear, command and control. And a culture of fear will kill any form of change dead in the water. There was one organization I was working with, which was led with a culture of fear. There was a top-down diktat, which is you all need to do 2-week iterations, whether you like it or not. So, of course, everyone did 2-week iterations, but there was no further continuous improvement. And what happened was it was the same old behavior with still a kind of waterfall sequential process, but just sliced into 2-week iterations. Number three is a deterministic mindset. So this means a Gantt chart with milestones and a view that you can predict the future for unique work, which you've never done before. And so the view that we can plan a project at the point of having learnt the least, then language which involves the word death, like drop dead date or deadline. Those are not great analogies to use in companies, but unfortunately, in my experience, those words are used a lot in companies. So those are the three most common anti-patterns. So to turn those on their head, the patterns, the types of behaviors that we should seek from leadership, from leaders, from you as a leader, leaders at all levels. Number one, role model. Exhibit courage and vulnerability. It will feel uncomfortable. We are changing our ways of working, not for the sake of it, not agile for the sake of agile, but to improve our outcomes, to improve quality, value, time to value, safety, and happiness. There's learning anxiety, so you have to have courage and vulnerability. Secondly, you need psychological safety. You need to be able to intelligently fail. If you can't intelligently fail, nobody will experiment. And then number three is an emergent mindset. So this is acknowledging that the future is unknowable. This is maintaining options, maintaining variability, not insisting on a fixed milestone in a Gantt chart. It's from 2 technology revolutions ago. It's 100 years old. Unfortunately, as per the comment in the chat, lots of organizations are still working that way in the context of knowledge work, which is unique and not repetitive. So an emergent mindset. So the pivot here is to focus on the outcomes, not the output. So what's our outcome roadmap? And this is where OKRs are a great tool, objectives and key results, because it's an outcome focus. We're not being prescriptive on how we're going to get there. We expect you to run experiments and have a wiggly line to achieve the outcome.